Could be driving a...
Over the last 10 years, Honda's won more U.S. News and World Report awards than any other brand. And now, for the second straight year, Honda's been named the best car brand for 2023. Come get your Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siga Lane.
What's up?
Happy Thursday, Friday Eve. Oh, Friday Eve.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's the important one right there. Almost to it. Okay, there's different ways to judge a shower here in South Louisiana. One of them is if you go to the back door of the station here, and the door is closed, and the rain's coming in from outside. Man, that was an intense. There wasn't a lot of rain, and like you said, it was going to be moving fast. But holy buckets.
I think that's saying something more about Channel 9.
That's obviously probably, you know what, that's probably, that's
part of it
very
too.
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did get just under a half inch of rain.
Wow.
Most of that probably came down about 15 minutes. So it was come down at a good clip. Yeah. Probably better than 2 inches per hour. But unfortunately, it was short, as you said. And starting to see some of those storms shift to the east. Not quite done with the rain in all neighborhoods yet. Here's a live look over downtown Baton Rouge. Still some clouds and not quite done with the threat of rainfall. I'll show you that here on radar. Here's what we've got. We're going to take you on a quick little tour. Heavy storm moving out of Tangipahoa Parish into St. Tammany, right around Folsom. If you can make out sort of that pinkish purple shading, decent indication of some hail with that cell. So one of the things we talked about was potentially for these storms to start getting a little bit stronger about the time they moved out of our area, so it looks like that may be starting to happen. But we still have some rain around Hammond, building in towards Robert, Killian. We've got some rain nearby, almost down to around Maurepas, it looks like. And then we've got another little band setting up from near and south of Liberty, Mississippi, back towards Clinton, Norwood, Wilson, St. Francisville, New Roads. That one's shifting off to the east. Around Baton Rouge, we're dry. We've got a couple more showers out over the basin. This little kind of broken line here, so it should be just about it for the rainfall. So once that low line is past your neighborhood, that should really mark the end of the rain threat. It's been a very warm morning for the mid part of January. Right now, 71 Baton Rouge, Gonzales 72, many spots in the low 70s, and we'll kind of hover around that through late morning. But once that front gets through here, we should start to see temperatures drop off a little bit later on this afternoon. You can see the cooler air out to our west. Look at Houston, 59. Shreveport now down to 55. So the cold front still kind of a little bit closer to the Sabine River this morning, but as that moves quickly eastward, we'll start to see temperatures dropping off. All right, here's a look at things on future radar. Again, storms continue at eastward so that by lunchtime, rain should be out of here for most of us. And you see how the line might be intensifying as it pulls eastward. We're starting to see temperatures drop slightly, but it's afternoon that those temperatures start to see a little more of a drop. But it'll be somewhat offset by the fact that sunshine is returning. But we'll look for temperatures in the 60s this afternoon as opposed to the 70s many of us have right now. And by this evening and tonight, it will be noticeably cooler, if not colder, outside in the wake of that front. All right, so I've got temperatures still around the low 70s at noon, but notice by noon already starting to see sunshine return. Plenty of sunshine this afternoon. It will stay breezy throughout the day. We've already had some wind gusts topping 30 miles per hour at the airport, and that potential will continue. The storms, the rain and storms we've seen this morning tied to this storm system that's spinning near St. Louis this morning as that continues eastward. Drier air filters in. That will set the stage for a pretty nice weekend, albeit kind of chilly on the front end. Still some rain coming down in Northern California, still some more to come. San Francisco through yesterday, at least yesterday afternoon I think it was, over the last 16 days had picked up just under 14 inches of rain downtown San Francisco. That site for the year averages just under 23 inches of rain. So they picked up better than a half year's worth of rain in just over 2 weeks in Northern California. So no wonder they've been having issues out that way. All right, back here at home, again, give another hour or two and the rain threat should be gone. And then we're talking about much cooler weather next couple of days. Tomorrow starts out 39 Baton Rouge, a high of only 56. Stays breezy tomorrow, so that 56 even, you're gonna feel it. And Saturday morning now looks like a light freeze likely near north of the interstates. So take care of people, pets, and plants. Pipes will be fine. Don't worry about that. Saturday still kind of chilly, even with sunshine, a high of 58. Sunday morning we squeeze out another morning in the 30s, 35 Baton Rouge, that's above freezing, but north of Baton Rouge could still be another light freeze near north of the state line Sunday. But look at the highs Sunday afternoon, 68. So here comes the warm up. By next week, highs are back in the 70s, if not near 80 at times. A chance of rain returns on Monday, MLK Day, and we'll kind of see an unsettled pattern sticking around much of next week. Guys?
Steve, this is when I need my closet to be bigger so I can accommodate
All the
for
stuff.
3 different seasons.
All the stuff.
Everything.
You know, speaking of, I mean, I try to listen to Steve as much as I can because he makes me smarter. But that 31, the Friday and the Saturday, that low right there, like at the beginning of the week, and you can go back and play the tape. I find it was interesting. You were talking about, you're like, what? It was at 34, I believe, on Monday. And you're like, watch this number. Watch this number continue to fall over the next few days. You're always talking about, potential light freeze. And there it is again. So that's nothing to worry about, but there it is.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of trended that direction in the last few days, no doubt about it. But for people like me that aren't such a fan of the cold weather,
I'm with you, Steve. I'm with
the
you.
good news is it's going to be pretty short-lived.
Yeah.
It'll be like 48, 60 hours of it, and then we'll warm up.
On the way out. Yeah, thank you, man. Okay, so the weather, always a headline down here, but when we have these kinds of headlines, this is critically important where everybody gets involved. We're trying to find a girl who's missing right now.
And more often than not, when you go ahead and share the story and take a real close look,
Yep.
we're able to report the good news that these missing children, these missing people are found and reunited with their families. So we need you to take another close look here. This is a missing 16-year-old from Addis. The West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office let us know that as of this morning, Matt, she's been missing for more than a week.
Yeah, and so last time that this Sumi Lopez was actually seen was, as mentioned, like a week ago at her family's home there in Addis.
Yeah.
So the police department there, the sheriff's office in West Baton Rouge, hopeful that folks, obviously, look, I mean, tight-knit communities, right? Talking about some small towns and everybody kind of knows everybody. That's the idea here, and that's the hope. If you can, if you have a quick minute today, jump online, find this story. It's going to be real easy at WAFB and on our socials. Share this with as many people as you can. Let's make sure she gets back home.
Something to keep in mind too, considering a tight-knit community, with that in the back of your head, if you know something and you want to report anonymously, call Crime Stoppers. If you know something but you're scared to say something, that's going to be the number to call. And you never know if the family's going to offer a reward, if you could be eligible for some kind of, especially if it's just about getting a girl home safe and you have that information, please call that in. 16. Yes.
Let's get her home.
Yeah.
Let's get her home. Okay, that's going on. This is actually going on today as well.
Yeah.
Right? Move EBR. They like to have the conversations with the public. We're public.
Yeah.
You're public.
Yeah.
They like to have the conversations with the community to kind of update everybody on exactly where they're moving. They have one of those conversations today.
There's an online call, and this is vital because we're paying for this. These are tax dollars at work.
Correct.
And when it comes to Move EBR, we're talking infrastructure projects. So when it comes to this 2023 year, what are the top priority projects? What is the focus going to be? Bridges, roads, what is it going to be?
Yeah.
Well, you can find out by hopping on that online call, but you do have to do that. Click to register to participate.
And it's literally going to happen in the next about half an hour.
Yeah.
So when you're done watching us here,
look at that.
Jump online real quick. And of course, look, we're going to follow this along just like you are. So we'll make sure to let you know the big takeaways that are broadcasts, of course, on air, online, that kind of a thing. But you hit it right on the head. We do need to move EBR. We all know that. But we are paying for this stuff, so it would be nice to know what's going on.
Yes.
That's the idea.
Weigh in on it. Let them know.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's going on today.
Oh, gosh.
This as well. A lot of focus on a couple of families on the west side.
You can't go anywhere and not think of these two girls,
Mm-hmm.
right? Caroline Gill, Maggie Dunn, two teenagers killed on New Year's Day after a high-speed police chase started in Baton Rouge, ended up in Bruley. And so you have all of these different community members, business leaders, people who just want to do good for their families, because at the end of the day, we have two local families that have buried their children. Two sets of parents who have buried their children. So you can imagine with that comes not only the grief, the trauma of processing this while the investigation plays out, but how can the community come together to make sure these families are loved on and taken care of?
And the last thing that anybody should ever be worrying about when they're having to do this, but unfortunately most families do, is money issues when it comes to perhaps laying their loved ones to rest, or that over the next number of days or weeks or months, the bills they can. So what they're doing, there's a Sonic in Bruley. You know the one right there along LA1? What they're going to do today, it's a fundraiser. They're going to be donating a big chunk of what they make today to those families. 5 to 8 this evening. Again, the Bruley Sonic, you know exactly where that one is, right along LA1. If you haven't made the dinner plans, maybe this could be it. And look, you know Sonic's menu, they got everything. So if you find yourself over there, or you know what, even if you don't, make your way over, right? And grab a dinner and know that the money that you're putting in right there is going to some special families.
50% of proceeds from that window, 3-hour window.
That's a big
Let's
amount.
blow them out. Let's blow them out and
Right.
make sure they sell out of everything they need to ingredient-wise, so these families can get everything they need to make sure that money is not an object when it comes to the burial, the funeral, whatever they need. Especially because one of those families, Matt, is still dealing with the trauma of fighting for his life. Liam Dunn.
Maggie's big brother.
Yeah, and he's gone through multiple surgeries because he's the only survivor of that crash. He was in that vehicle with them, and he's gone through multiple surgeries. We've talked about all the different blood drives this past couple of days.
Yeah, look at this.
Well, how about that? There's actually more of them happening.
And there's if you're looking to get out there at some point and donate, and you think maybe you've missed the opportunities because we talked so much about it, you haven't. This is going to be one of those top stories you find up there at WAFB.com and your 9 News app. And what they've done, literally right there beneath the beautiful picture of Liam, the dates, the times, the locations of when you can do this, and it starts up again tomorrow over at Iberville Elementary School. They got stuff running into next week as well, the 19th and 20th. So opportunities to donate. And you're like, if you're thinking to yourself, how much blood does one person need? Look, there's surgeries that are involved here. Some of them are tricky. Some of them require multiple pints of blood. And what they don't want to do is make sure that stock dwindles even lower than it already is. Critical blood supply almost always. But look at it this way. If it doesn't go to him, this family gets credit for it if you're donating in his name, and whatever you donate anyway is staying local to help somebody else.
Win-win situation.
That.
Think about that. Donate blood today. You've got a number of options at Iberville Elementary, MSA West, Port Allen High, all on the other side of the river. And then, after you donate blood, go stock up and fill up a hearty meal. Maybe eat a burger, get some of that protein and iron.
Yeah, over at Sonic.
Yeah.
I see what you did.
See, just make a whole night of it.
I see what you did. All the stuff.
Let it out.
Other stuff. Okay, so all that's going on.
Yes.
Hey, this is happening right now as
my
well.
gosh,
a little bit. Look, I know it always seems like, hey man, we need your help here. We need your help here. But we're all kind of part of this community, and what we can give, where we can give, how we can give is important to so many folks. And this is another one of those spots that relies heavily on the community loving on it, giving to it. Rescue, ReHome, Repeat.
How loving are they?
Yes.
And I tell you what, you probably are hearing that name thinking it sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
They often come on 9 News at noon to show off their adoptable puppies, to talk about their fostering and adoption events. So they actually don't have a physical building. These are all do-gooders coming together and fostering out of their own home. They don't operate. These are volunteers who do this because they want to. And so when you talk about having puppies, and they take in a lot of puppies, oftentimes found on the side of the road or people who turn them over to the local animal control shelter, they have a lot of puppies that need to be fed, and they're really low on puppy food. Dry food, wet food, puppy milk, anything that can help feed these little guys and really get them taken care of, weaned off of, so they can go to a loving home, be healthy. That's the goal here, but they really need food to be replenished to get to the fosters to feed them.
And it sounds like, when we were talking, and of course Callie was talking with them, and as you mentioned, you get to talk with them a lot on 9 News at noon. For instance, right now, they're getting about like a bag of food a week. And when you think about that, are you kidding? And so that's not nearly enough for what they're trying to do. We're guilty. Our hearts are always bigger than typically what we're able to deal with. But then you just find a way to make it happen. And a lot of that is because of you guys. All right, so how do we help these good folks? Chances are, Kelly Hubbard. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Stop here and look. The little love tap. Look at that little love tap.
Just checking on you right there. Just checking on you right there. Just going all these different ways that you can. Oh, look, this is what they're talking about. This is what the money you're talking about right there is kind of what it takes to feed. Look at all these faces.
Look at a lot of puppies to feed.
There's a lot of puppies. All right, there you go. See the little blue link down here?
Yeah.
This is going to take you to a spot where you can figure out how to be involved, what you can donate, how much, where you need to be. But when you think about people literally doing this out of their own homes, that's big hearts. They just need some big help.
Yes, and we know our community shows up, shows out. If you maybe have a growing dog and you're thinking, we didn't finish that puppy food. Donate it. Don't
right.
throw it away. If it's
Yeah.
still good, if it's not expired, donate it.
Yeah, that's
Somebody
an easy
will
way.
take it.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And a lot of this stuff can last a little bit. There's a home for it right there.
Rescue, rehome, repeat.
It's a great opportunity.
Oh, I
great
love that.
opportunity.
What a great group.
They really do. I mean, seriously, they have their own homes with a lot of this
I
stuff. It's just
know.
incredible. All right, so we'll try to do a little bit of this for you here at WAFB Plus. We'll
Yeah.
update as much of all that as we can on the Plus with 9 News Now every 9:15 Monday through Friday. An opportunity to hear us live in the moment, or you can just kind of watch that the video on demand whenever you'd like. But a few places you can find it. You see it: Amazon, Roku, Fire, all the fun stuff. I got friends who literally have all of that. Why do
All
you?
three?
Why do you?
Wow.
What do they? I mean, that's. I mean, I guess there's a lot of stuff on all those,
Yeah.
but
That's a lot of different ways to watch.
that's like a
Channel
lot of
9.
cash.
That
too.
is a lot of cash.
That's like a lot of. I've only got a few streaming services at the house,
Right.
Because that stuff adds up quick. But
Well,
I-
how often do we talk about, you probably only watch predominantly one or two, so
Right.
you're paying for
Right.
all these other things that you don't even use.
All that.
Yeah.
All that.
All right, well just
Okay.
know, this is free
This
every
is
day.
free.
This entertainment that we're about to show you, oh my gosh, and boy do we have some videos to
We
show
do,
you.
we do. And the first one we start with, speaking of free,
Yeah.
there is nothing better than a good smile and a good laugh. But every once in a while, maybe you just need a little help, some
Yeah.
video, something awesome and cuddly and fun to get you going. How about a party pig?
Party pig?
That's right, a party pig. That is Gilbert. Welcome to Omaha, Nebraska. Is that right? I think that's exactly right. Do you actually have a party animal in your life? You may not actually have a party animal
promise this is not
at
an
this
ad.
level. This is the real deal. The Burns family. This is actually Connecticut.
Okay.
Cannot leave the house without their tail wagging, treat-loving pet pigs. I said plural pigs. You got 3-year-old Gilbert and a 3-month-old by the name of Meadow. So what's going on here? Glad you asked. I'm about to tell you. About a year ago, Gilbert's human mom, a former preschool teacher, brought him to his school. Kids could not get enough of him. So now, check it out. Look at little Meadow. Look at Gilbert. He's going to like find a treat right there underneath all the. Look at this. That's a senior center.
Yeah.
They're traveling through 4 states to schools, libraries, nursing homes, birthday parties. They cannot get enough. Human mom says this is. I keep saying mom, but I got to make sure I'm saying human mom. Human mom says it literally is the best thing she's ever been a part of. Putting smiles on face. Look at the tail.
I
Look at the
can't
tail.
get over this.
The party pig, Gilbert the party pig. And oh, by the way,
Uh-huh.
if you'd like to check in on Gilbert in Connecticut's just too far of a drive,
Okay.
no worries, Facebook.
What?
That's right, baby. Gilbert the party pig has a Facebook page.
You can keep up with their adventures right here on social media. Oh my gosh, look at that
Look at little
mug.
Meadow.
Look at that mug.
So she got Gilbert
Yeah.
a few years ago for a 40th birthday present
Okay.
from the hubby. And, just one thing kind of turned into the next. You're out there with Gilbert walking him around a little bit.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the attention starts to spiral. Everybody wants to love on him.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you are creating smiles and laughter and love. And they can't go anywhere. They can't go anywhere now without just being, I want some of Gilbert. Give me some of Meadow. Look a little Meadow.
I just cannot get over those little tails.
That's
A
the
dog
best.
tail is great when it wags,
Right,
but
but-
the little skinny little
Yes,
piglet
I think that- I
tails,
think
look
you're exactly
how happy
right.
they are.
They really are.
They're living pretty good, Matt. They
That's
are
not
living
bad.
pretty good. Oh, that's
TikTok
sweet.
too, apparently, huh?
Yeah,
all
they
over
are
the socials.
everywhere. Their goal is to make people happy. They're trying to
doing
spread
it.
the smiles.
They're doing it.
Oh gosh.
That's pretty amazing.
Okay, so how about this? We take you from Connecticut.
Yeah.
Let's bring you back to Louisiana.
Okay.
In fact, New Orleans. All eyes are going to be in New Orleans this weekend.
Right.
Saturday is actually the Miss Universe competition.
Saw that,
It
yeah.
snuck up on us, and it's going to be held in the Big Easy.
That's pretty cool. So the world's attention down here.
Yes.
It's always a good spot to get a message out.
Oh, and this is a message that Matt actually found on Reddit this morning.
Well, yeah, it's a few different places, but I just happen to be scrolling through, and this
at that.
is Miss Ukraine, and this is her outfit. Wait for it.
Oh my gosh.
What? I still get goosebumps.
It takes your breath away with a sword and shield. And Matt, the costume she said on Instagram, this is Victoria
Right.
Apensenko, she was saying that the costume is called the Warrior of Light.
Warrior of Light.
Symbolizes her nation's fight against darkness. And the costume, you can imagine, training for Miss Universe is not something you just decide to do overnight.
I
You've
know.
probably dedicated your life to
Yeah,
this
no
and have been
kidding.
competing.
Yes.
But imagine doing that while your country is war-torn.
Yes.
And you're dealing with that while representing your country right now.
Right.
What a symbolic, powerful, and just mighty way to show off. This is who I'm representing.
It's so beautiful. It's
I'm
so
proud.
telling. It does. That kind of makes you proud to be a part of the human race. What they're dealing with, obviously, and
Yes.
what they're having to deal with certainly can make you feel like the human race needs to step up its game a little bit here. But we were talking about the message. What a great place to do this. There's going to be a lot. The world is going to be watching, depending on where you are, the Miss Universe, and interested in what goes on and what happens, and who's doing what. And again, like you said, it's right down here in South Louisiana. It's over in New Orleans, but this is going to get, hopefully, a lot of attention. Wow. It's just magic.
I think you said it the right way. Chills every time I see her expand her wings.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Man, yeah, exactly.
How do you
right.
not pull
That's
from
right.
Miss Ukraine?
I'm going right there. Exactly right.
Wow. I can't wait to see what she's going to show off this weekend, whether
No
it's
kidding.
this costume or another one. We're surely going to follow up on that,
Absolutely.
and gives
No,
you an
absolutely.
extra incentive to watch this Saturday.
Yeah. So that's Saturday. That's
Yeah.
right here? That's right here?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so it's going to be 58 degrees.
That's
Is
kind
that
of warm.
Yeah, well, it's not 72.
Well,
It's also not 78. It's also not 31 degrees. So, yeah, 70. This weekend actually looks like a pretty decent weekend. Steve was talking about it.
Yeah.
A little bit chilly, but again, it is early to mid-January, so
Right.
kind of where we ought to be. Maybe a little bit cold, but not too bad, right?
no, on the roller coaster we go.
The roller coaster.
Dipping down into the overnight
Right.
cold temperatures, into a light freeze Friday
Right.
to Saturday, and then it's going to warm up again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like you said, you need a bigger closet for all the stuff we need to wear here. It's
mean.
just we can't ever put anything away up there down here. Yeah, I know.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Now's the perfect time to discover the enhanced Mazda CX-5, named the 2022 IIHS Safety Pick Plus Award winner, its highest safety award honor. Choose from over 55 CX-5s available at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.